Hi there, it's Melissa and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm playing along, I think it's round 5 of the telephone game YouTube Hop, and I was past this beautiful layout by Vanessa Bell and I love it. It's a school layout. She's used 3 photos. 2 of her photos are, I think, some texts or messages, and you'll see how I translate that into my layout. So I am using the Lovely Moments collection by Pebbles, and I was really blessed to win this collection just on an Instagram giveaway. I think I got most of the collection, and I've made a few layouts, but I decided to use it for this layout about Ava, and you can see the photo there on the right. I just loved it, and I wanted to take the opportunity to use it really, and I think also because I'm going to use tags instead of 3 photos, so you'll see what I mean when I get into it, but this collection had some lovely tags that I hadn't really used any of yet. So what I also loved about this layout from Vanessa is that she has lots of layers. I think I might add 1 extra. I can't remember. I made this a long time ago and I'm just doing the voiceover now, but yeah, we'll just have to watch along and maybe I'll be surprised when I see what I do as well. So I knew I wanted to use that beautiful strawberry print. It's very busy, so I wanted to have it as a background layer. And then when I do a scrap lift, I'm definitely inspired by the layout that I'm given. So I wanted to cut these pieces at various sizes or various lengths, and then I wanted to have that black and white script that I'm working with there. I wanted that to go the full width of the 12 by 12. So I've selected papers that have small repeating patterns, the script obviously, and then that pink with white floral. And I couldn't have any more bold patterns because to me that strawberry is just so bold and I did want to feature it. And I was thinking about using that black and white polka dot for my background, but yeah, you'll see what happens. I'll change my mind because I think it's just too busy with so many patterns going on. So here I'm just hand cutting the cut apart tags that I want to use. I didn't think too much. I mean, this is a collection that works for cards, and some of the sentiments are very much orientated towards weddings or birthdays, that kind of thing. But it can work with everyday moments as well. And everyday moments are what I enjoy scrapbooking. So I've pulled the Oh Joy, and the other one I think it's got a teacup and it says enjoy today. This photo is just a summer photo of Ava. She had her little bikini top on and she took her little blankie and put it down the front of her top, and it just reminded me of a baby carrier. And I've seen these really cool baby carriers that you can get for kids to carry the dolls in, and that's what this reminded me of. So now I'm going through the 6x8 paper pad, and the difference with the 6x8 paper pad and the main 12x12s is that there's gold foil. So this pink floral I think is the same as the pink floral that I'm using as a background layer, but that's got white floral and this has got gold, and I really like that. So I'm just wanting a hint of the gold just around my photo, and I'm just wanting to add some layers behind my photo just to make this a bit more interesting, and because I love pattern paper, it's my favourite thing. So yeah, it's summer where most of you are. Well, it's winter here. It's been raining a lot. We've got snow on the mountains. It's day 1 of the school holidays. It feels like school holidays have come around so quickly because the kids went back to school after our lockdown ended. Our lockdown was for 9 weeks, I think, in the end, at an alert level that we still couldn't send our kids back for school. So even though our lockdown in New Zealand was 5 weeks, we ended up having them at home and doing remote learning for 9 weeks. So it feels like it's come around really quick, but at least we're not locked in. We can still go out and do things, although the weather is so horrible that, hey, I don't mind staying home. Let's be honest, I'm an introvert and I do love staying home. So I'm still really loving my distressing. I think I say that on every video. And so I'm distressing most edges, including the tags. And here the sentiment wasn't really working and the tag wasn't really working. So I just love that little teapot or mug with a flower growing out of it. So I've cut that out. I just used my X-Acto knife and then made a hole basically, and just cut that piece out, and you'll see me use it on this layout as well. So just sorting myself out. At that point I did still think I was going to use that black and white stripe, poker, but one thing I do is, while I'm thinking what am I going to do, or I'm waiting for mixed media to dry, I will go ahead and work on the parts of the layout that I can. So I'm definitely committing to these 3 papers and the positioning and the sizes of them. I think I realised I needed to trim this one down a bit, and that paper is so beautiful, and I'm really happy to be able to use it on this page about Ava. So, I mean, you can't see a whole heap of it. That's okay, I've got more of it. I've got the 6x8 paper with it on as well. And one thing I do like to do with really busy patterns is use them on one side of my Traveller's Notebook spreads. So, yeah, I'll show you that some other time as well. So here we go, still thinking about this black and white poker, realizing I need to add some more green to this layout. So I've got this piece that I've used for something else, and I've got some left. I'm still paranoid about my double-sided tape failing, so I'm adding a little bit of liquid adhesive as well. I only say that because I found a really old layout where the double-sided tape hadn't stuck a piece down at all, which was quite frustrating. And so here I'm just wanting to play around with these tags and work out what I want where. And I love the Oh Joy because it is a joyful moment. Yeah. And then wanting to add some craft foam just to pop up my photo. You could easily, if you had 3 photos, you could easily make this a multi-photo layout. Excuse me. I know there's still a lot of discussion about, you know, single photo layouts versus multi-photo layouts, and my contribution to that discussion would be to say that if I've only got one photo of a story, I am going to scrap it as a single photo layout because that's all I've got to tell the story. But if I've got multiple photos, then of course I'm going to make them do a multiple photo layout. Here I am taking that's it. So they celebrate. That the tag says celebrate, and it's not one I'm going to use because it sort of lends itself to wedding kind of layout. I think it looks like a wedding kind of piece. And I love the black and white of that tag, so I've just cut it off, and I'll keep that celebrate and use it for something else. You never know. I may go back and scrap our wedding photos. I think I still have a few that I haven't, but it's a whole other topic for another day. So I'm adding pink and white twine, and it does annoy me about that twine because it's on a card as opposed to a roll, so you do get those sort of bent parts of the twine. But I did see someone, I think it was Annette Glessner, she used her hair straightener, I think, to straighten some twine or a whole lot of thread. So that's something I could do, and probably if I could be bothered going to the bathroom and doing it. Yeah, and then I've added just that black and white doodle twine on the other 2 tags, and I'm liking the way that's looking. I'm sorry about the glare on my photo, it's because I filmed this at night and my lights are quite bright. And look, I even got some washi on the page. For me that's unusual, and I'm happy that I did that. So we've got a bit of gold featured. I've got gold on that paper that I backed my photo with, and I've got the gold washi. And then I thought I just wasn't happy with that black and white poker, so I decided to be really bold. After saying that, I'm trying not to be too bold with this one. And I'm going for this beautiful gingham that's craft and white. And I love that this collection has craft in it. And then I thought I'm just going to spray my mist and be bold as well, and then drop some on as well. And you end up with a lovely sheen. It looks quite intense at the moment. And then I added the Liquitex white drops as well. And then the Liquitex does take a while to dry, as does the sprayed ink. So I've put the whole thing aside, and I'm continuing to work on my little piece with embellishment photos. So going full on as always with distressing and blending up my edges. I just love that look. And had another look at Vanessa's layout to see what I was going to do. And then I have this piece that's left over from the 12 by 12, and I decided just to fussy cut some of these flowers because they're absolutely begging to be fussy cut. And I just love the look of fussy cutting as well. So just using my favourite little pair of scissors that the kids have taken and I can't find at the moment, but they're from close to my heart. They are perfect for fussy cutting. And I learned this from Shamel, but you turn the paper instead of, I guess, manoeuvring the scissors to do all the work. And that's how I'm able to get my, I guess, to cut where I want to cut without overcutting or having, white overhang. Some people like to have the white border on their fussy cutting. It's up to you. It depends what you're cutting. It depends what the feature is. So with a floral, I definitely don't want a white border. So yeah, just added that little cluster down there. I have finally used one of the puffy shaker pockets that come in the collection. I think you do have to add some extra adhesive to them though. Yeah, I did struggle with them. They're beautiful, but it's a kind of embellishment that I struggle to use. So I just made it a feature, just there where it is. And then the sticker book, I think, has 6 sheets of stickers. And like I said, this is a collection that lends itself to card making as well. So there's quite a lot of sentiments in there that you'd probably never put on a layout. But I found some of these translucent gold leaves, which are really beautiful. And I just tucked them with the little flower stickers that I used. So I'm ready to adhere this down to the main pattern paper now. Everything's dried. I'm using double-sided tape. I'm sure I'm going to add some, I must have added some liquid adhesive to go right on top of that ink or mist. Yeah, one thing you want to do with dimensionals or any kind of foam is you do want to make sure your media is dry before you try and adhere it down, because it doesn't work. I think I've used something else there. So adding my journaling and talking about, I think I'm talking about how it looks like she's carrying a baby in the front of her bikini top. Just so cute. And yeah, I'm nearly finished my layout, so I'm trying to think what else I added to this. Trimmed down those pieces of twine and trimmed off the part of the pink and white twine that was bugging me because I couldn't be bothered straightening it. And then just looking for a few more things to add. A sentiment, which I'm going to pop the end up with a little bit of dimension. Some of these beautiful, they're puffy stickers. They're like enamel dots, but they're puffy stickers. They're really cute as well. Checking to make sure there's nothing else that I want to add that's inspiring me on Vanessa's layout. And here I decided to add this really super cute little mug with flower. It's got nothing to do with the layout, but it looks really cute. I like doing that. If it makes me happy, I'm going to add it on. So, yeah, you can see there the fussy cutting process again. And then I did, I wanted to make sure I trimmed off all the excess so that you could see there was a flower growing in the pot without any of the white excess of the background paper, which was a bit fiddly, but like I say, those scissors are great. So yeah, hope you enjoyed my process. Next up is the organizer and wonderful person herself, Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. So do head on over and check out her process video. Thanks for watching.